years, Magnus.
I wonder if you could tell us a little bit about the earth changes.
Yes. You would know, my friend, that there have been seers in times before your own that have predicted and spoken of having seen a time of Armageddon, an apocalypse of darkness and burning and despair. We have heard of these things.
Yes.
You will also know that there have seers that have spoken of a dawning of a new age, a time of enlightenment and love. You have heard these things as well. Yes. Come, they speak with him. And you would say to me, probably, but Magnus, they both can't be right. You would say this, yes.
Yes.
But I tell you, my friends, they are. For those that have had the gift to see, that have been fearful, have seen how the negativity must fall. They have seen the darkness, and they have seen the fire. They have seen the lands move, and the fire rage from its belly. Those that have been inspired by love and truth and God within their understanding have seen what comes. You would accept, my friends, no doubt, that your world is ravaged by negativity. Then I tell you this, you shall see many of you in your times upon the earth plane. Great governments fall to their knees. You shall see established religions crumble to dust. You will see your world split and ravage and change as she strives to evolve. You will see great financial institutions fall to nothing. You will see commerce, industry become nothing at all. You will see confusion and chaos. But if you remain true to the Spirit, your Spirit, the Spirit that guides you of our side of life, and the eternal Spirit that is God, however you comprehend God, then you shall go through the fires of change, and you shall come into the light of your world as it should be, as a plane of spirit that was always intended. It is a case, my friends, that this is one instance where you can be like Nero. You can fiddle while Rome burns. And I say to you, let it burn. All that is not conducive to life of your world, all that is negative and corrupt, let it fall. It is rather like a forest fire. How does one control a forest fire? Do you not let it consume of itself and burn itself to exhaustion? No more must the human spirit feed the force of negativity of your world. Let it consume itself. You do not and should not be fearful of the times of change, my friend. You should rejoice that the time of change is upon you. So many of you have looked to our side of life for the paradise, God's eternal kingdom, and yet in this you fail to recognize the truth. That transition to our side of life is an inevitability. Just as you are born to your world, so you are born to our world. That is a truth undeniable. But you look to our side of life for the spiritual paradise. And yet, my friends, Your own plane of existence is also. Underneath the grime and the negativity and the cloud is the paradise that you search for. As much a plane of spirit as any that you shall progress to. It's time to chip away that which has tarnished. Polish that which is of your world. It is time to evolve, my friends. It is not evolution that has evolved the spirit upon the earth plane. No, quite the contrary. It is your desire upon the earth plane to progress your spirit that instigates evolution. As you strive for greater spirituality, so your form shall change accordingly. This is not just true of humankind, but this is true of all life of your world. And also your world. Does she not have the right to evolve? Therefore I say to you, my friends, fear not the time of change. Rejoice that the time of change is upon you. The Garden of Eden, whether it be mythology, whether it be an ideal, or a faint and distant memory of what was intended of the earth world, shall once again be. But it will be the new Eden, not as was before, but evolved and greater. For progression is an onward march, my friends, not a repetition. The time of change is upon you. And if you call yourself spiritual beings, if you accept that God is beyond and around and within, then move with the change. Flow with the tide, my friends. Do not fight against it. You will only exhaust yourself, and physically, emotionally, and spiritually drown. Swim with the tide and rejoice in the time of change. This is understandable. Yes.